How y'all doing? Um, I wanted to make today's video. Today is the 16th. I'm gonna go watch Obsession later today. Um, and like I've seen stuff on it. I've seen the trailers and stuff, and I've seen like little clips, but I hadn't seen the full. I haven't seen the full thing. And then I'll probably talk about that for tomorrow's video. So, but this is something that may or may not be unrelated to that. And then tomorrow I'm going to talk about something related to that. You know, this one is about people pleasing. So one thing I will say is if you're going to do something, do it because it feels right to you or because it's something that you need to do. Don't do it don't do it to please other people, to appease people. Don't do it to please people, to appease people, to make everybody happy, to when it doesn't help you or when it doesn't necessarily serve you, or you feel like it's not like something in your soul just doesn't feel right about doing it, but you're doing it because other people want you to do it. Because it's your life. It's your life that you have to live. It's your life. I remember a couple years back, or maybe not a couple years back, like maybe 5 years or so back, I was talking to a mentor. He was telling me about I had a decision that I had to make about something, and whatever I chose would have an impact on others as well. Well, or it would, if I chose this, certain people wouldn't be, they may or may not be happy. If I chose this, I may not be happy, or I may or may not be, you know. So it got to a point where I was talking to him about it, and we came up with the conclusion of when you're making this decision, ultimately you have to ask yourself, do you want to be at peace with yourself and at war with the world? Or do you want to be at war, at peace with the world and at war with yourself? And that right there, it got up in there. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much people are upset with you, how much people don't end up liking you or whatever. All the love and joy that people give you in the world doesn't matter if you don't give yourself that peace of mind, if you don't give yourself that love. None of it matters. None of it matters. So it's going to be like you're at peace with the world anyways, because if you're at peace with yourself, if you're at, it's going to feel like you're at war with the world anyway, because if you're at war with yourself, you might as well be at war with everybody else too. Because nothing they say at that point really matters. You may hear it, but it goes in one ear and out the other. So I think if you're at peace with yourself, regardless of how much people may be mad or may not you know, eventually they'll get over it. They'll times will move on, and you'll be happy with the decision you made, or you'll be happy with who you are. You're at peace with yourself. Nothing anybody else says matters at that point. It's just you're doing what you feel is right for you, not what's right for everybody else. Because you can't do right by anybody else if you're not doing right by yourself. So that's really the whole thing is when you try to please people constantly, if it doesn't sit right with you to do this, or if you get peer pressured into doing something that doesn't feel right with you and you do it anyway, when you leave there, or when you get by yourself, when you're in a space by yourself, hold up, when you're in a space by yourself, all you do is think about the mistakes that you made, that you've allowed people to have you decide to make for you. Because at that point, it's not even your life. It's somebody else somebody else deciding your life for you. Not even you doing it. Not even you controlling your own life. Not even you running your own life. It's you deciding to have somebody else run it for you. And it's not even something that you even realize is happening until it either it's too late, or you notice it and it's had a big impact on you mentally and physically, and even it's spiritually. But it's mentally, physically, and all that stuff. So if you do things that feel right with you, you're able to do things for others and it feels right for you, or you do things that people ask you to do and it feels right for you, then yes. But if it doesn't sit right with your spirit, with your soul, if you did it, like if it just doesn't feel right with you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Or do your best to not do it, because obviously you have to make sacrifices for others, and sometimes it may be you may be on shorter stick of that, but that just comes with being around people. You have to make compromises. Everybody has to make compromises, but you just don't want to compromise too much of yourself for others. You don't want to empty out your cup too much, because you still need you still need your cup filled for you. You can't just have an empty cup and expect to feed other people your cup. Like, what are you gonna feed them? Air? Like what? You have to have a full cup, or at least like 3/4 of a cup, or like half a cup or something, and then you could give a little bit of something. But you can't fill anybody up on an empty cup. You just can't, unless you want them to be filled with air, like I said, and that does nothing for them. So you need to be able to or find a way to discern whether it's compromising for the better, or compromising just to appease others. And that's, the older you get, you start to learn the difference. You learn the difference. Usually when you're younger, it's just you doing it because that's what you're told to do, or it seems to feel right because you don't know any better, or you don't know what you don't know. You don't realize that that's what it is. When you're in it, you don't realize it until you take steps back, and then you realize how much you've really given up, and how far you like how deep you were in it, until you're out of it. You don't realize how deep you're in it until you're out of it. That's just how it is. So do right by others, but most importantly, do right by yourself. That is the most important thing, because you can't really do right by others if you're not doing right by yourself. That's the important lesson. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll give a review of the movie in tomorrow's video. Well, I don't know if I could really give a review because some of you probably haven't seen it yet, but it came out at a certain point, and it's like, I feel like everybody's seen it at this point. It's like 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks possibly. So, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, peace out.